Hi, how's it going, guys? I'm here to just give you a quick update on the overall market. So far, we have been doing and playing it very well. The last trade that I took was on my stream that I did on Friday, I'm thinking. And now I'm just looking at the charts real quick and here to give you guys an update real quick. The last trade that we took on the stream was, I think it was around here. The trade was supposed to be like a 3 hour setup right here, and then we just like extended the TP all the way up to like this high later on, and that was the trade. I think I shared this trade later on into the Discord while price was developing and just developing into like higher lows. Pretty neat and clean if you take a look at the higher time frame as well. This was like shared by me like last month. This is a post that everybody knows that I shared on Twitter as well. That was that the idea behind this like overall setup was that we come into this higher low on the higher time frame, because this is the swing low that led to the next all-time high, led to the next swing high, and we would somewhat hold this low right here, which we eventually do. And the way we do, we hold this high all the way up into a lower high, and we reject off of there, trap quite a lot of buy delta into these highs, liquidate everybody on the way down slowly and steadily, and come back into like a pivotal higher time frame high, which actually has the right to be called like the swing low, because it is the low that almost like stopped a downtrend for us from like February all the way to like April. So a few months of downtrend was like stopped out right here. We formed a low, and then we continued on with the low holding formation and had quite a lot of buys into the market from that low. So this is the proper swing low that led to an all-time high. And the thing is, like, we come into this low and we have quite a lot of strong value that's sitting just right here. A month of like like chopping and consolidation, which had quite significant reaction to price, because we were already trending down for like what like October, then there's November, and now it's December. So like 3 months of downtrend, almost like minus 35% move. That's like minus 43k. That's quite a lot of like big move, right? And we come into this low, we had a nice and quick reaction of a lot of passive bits that were just sitting here. I even posted about it that just one more final flush into the value area low of this specific level right here would somewhat end the downtrend that's been going on for like 3 months for us, right? Which it did so far. And now currently we're just looking at this mechanical bounce, the way it bounced. This is the sort of bounce like you would want to see whenever you see a flush happening. Now this bounce like stayed like when it gave you a quite strong move in just like 4 days, which if like people remember from my stream that I did when like this nuke and flash happened on October 11th, my birthday, I told everybody that I did a stream right away, and I was like, bro, if this does not retrace in the next 72 hours or like the next 4 to 5 days, this is going all the way down, because that's how mechanical bounces and like reversals, like proper V reversals form. And the way to like observe follow up on those is that if you don't get a reversal within like these specific hours and range, you are likely to experience a range that's gonna continue for some time, which it did for like almost a month. And those ranges usually break down, and the reason for that is like, if you take a look at this pivotal swing low and the pivotal swing high, and you mark a range on them, this is supposed to be like let me just like mark out the 0.5 for you. So we were at like the premium of the range. Premium is about like 0.5 of the marked range highs and lows, and below we have discount, right? So based off of context, knowing the price is fractal, but we still do take in context in regards to fractals. Knowing the context was like premium, we had quite a lot of like sell momentum and delta over here. That range was likely supposed to break down, right? Now that we are in a discount of a range and we had the reaction we were looking for, a reversal, we are likely to experience the trend going much higher. But for that condition, you have to observe one more thing, and that is the good and bad scenario that pretty much like everybody knows in the community so far. That is like, whenever there's like continuation in a trend and a major flush happens, you want to see reversal ASAP of that trend. That is like usually caused by like passive bids and overall recovery and repositioning of the market. But the thing is, like, the follow-up on this sort of reaction is so important, because this is what defines structure for the upcoming weeks. And if you take a look at the good scenario, there's quite a lot of selling happening, then there's some major flush as well. Then we get like a decent retrace off of passive bids and overall recovery of the market. But the difference between these two, like fractals, is that price here starts to give us a follow-up. There's actual bidders that are willing to continue on the bids that they have done here all the way over here, and that sort of structure leads to a structure that develops in for like bullish favor. And the reason why it's so good is because there's quite a lot of liquidity that is sitting above these highs and these highs, and overall the highs that like are caused in a downtrend, right? And that liquidity is like taken over and used as a mean for more pumps the moment like one of those highs get written over. And that's something that you have to like watch out for. So you need to see this sort of follow up right away from the reversal pivot, more so over the high that led to the flush down. And we're almost there. We're pretty much like just stuck there. So this is something that I would like for people to like observe and see. We could even consider this to be the pivotal high that led to the choppy structure down, and then eventually that led to like a nuke flash right away. Right now, what I'm observing here is like the thing that I would like to trade is somewhat of like a grindish momentum right here into the NPSC. We probably get a rejection right over here. But if you are able to like reclaim this right here, there's some single prints that are sitting like around this level. If you're able to like just grind into those levels, I would recommend that you guys focus on more longs. I was long from 82K. I long like 86K as well. And I've been longing like the price so far at the moment. And this doesn't look bad so far as well, because if you take a look at the lower time frame as well, I took a long right here as well, and I'm just letting the trade develop because it's just continuation of like bids and momentum. That is, we come into a low, sweep the low. We have a continuous structure of higher lows, slow grind structure that just is a showcase of price wanting to go higher, and you just like continue to trade the trend. Like even here, there's continuous trend D moves up until unless we get to a point where there's like actual momentum that catches up for sellers, and then they just like sweep the low. But even that sweep of low was not really something that like led to a breakdown. That also came into a POI and then had quite a lot of like reversal potential from there. Now the thing is like you want to look for the only way this can like reverse from here all the way back down to like much slower, the POIs that everybody's looking for. The fact about like the POI that everybody was looking for, the 60 to 70K ranges, either you are going to not get them, or either price going much lower when we are actually there. So that's something that is very common about a level that everybody's watching. So it's likely that we have front run that level already. And if you do get like proper distribution, and what I mean by proper distribution is like sort of, well, I could show you guys like sort of a level that I've like shared a lot of times, which is like, which would look like this generally, like a distribution schematic. The just continuous like higher lows, and eventually that momentum fades out and there's a sweep and there's like continuous breakdowns, and that eventually leads to around this structure at the highs. That is very easy to recognize actually, and you can actually just trade upon that, and then you can like trade an actual downtrend continuation after that. But till then, we just want to observe like how price is developing in terms of like slow grind, and you would like to like trade that. The levels I'm looking at so far would be a potential rejection just above this high, probably causing it to like form of lead to a 3-dap setup. That could be something that like just happens, unless and until we like do not break the higher low structure right here. We possibly like form another low here, and if we start to like form another low here, we're going toward the NPUC that's just sitting above, right? Unless and until we come here and we break this like current grinding structure right here, that's gonna be the short for me. And the TP side we're looking for the short would be single print sweep right here, or the NPC right here. So far, I don't really see any sort of breakdown in the current trend. This is the sort of scenario that you want to look for when you are observing or trying to take a distributive short. And this is the sort of like scenario you want to be like observant of for now in price. And the levels that I have marked for now, it's not NPC, then it's much higher, probably this POC right here. Those are the sort of rotations you want to be looking out for. For Ethereum, I don't have much to say because it's likely going to follow a BTC, and BTC is going to like probably be the major asset that we are going to be trading this week, because that's where, after a dump, especially after quite a lot of flashes and a reset of the market, it's BTC that leads to the first move up. And from BTC, there's like the next move is usually the majors and alts, and after that there's some sort of like scammy coins going up, memes or on-chain shitters. That's basically how the trends up and reversals happen. So that's my update so far, and if you guys have any sort of updates or any sort of like trade reviews that you want, just like drop me in the chat. The current trade I'm in right now, I'm in 3 longs all the way down from like 82k. Then there's like 2 that I took right here, and I'm just holding them for now. One more trade that I took just like a few minutes ago was like this long on this slow grind right here. And the only way I would be able to like put myself into a short position would be if we actually start to reverse this like trend right here. And that would look very obvious. Actually, we reject from here, we have a sequential lower high setup right here, and then you just like take that, and then you just like adjust your stops and overall let that run. So far no breakdown yet. Maybe we could probably get a breakdown in an hour, but that's something that I like already told you will need to be observant of, and definitely don't be losing money over this like grindy structure, because I know like this is something that a lot of people do. Like we had a quite like long trend down right here, and people who have been short like longing this entire move down, now that prices are actually like trending against them, this is a very common mistake. This is a very popular mistake as well, that people tend to fade the trend until the point where it actually starts to reverse, and then they're fading that specific trend, right? So people were longing all this way down, and now that it's actually going up, people are trying to like short this move up, which is very retarded, and you should definitely be aware of that and try to avoid it. Well, thank you guys for listening to me. I'll see you guys later.